Yo, what is up, friends, and welcome to Flow Hero live stream. This is actually the first one that I've done, and I'm gonna have to make it a quick one. There's a lot going on today, and I got so much to do. If this seems a little different, it's because I'm actually in Mexico City today, and I just want to apologize ahead of the time for any audio issues or something. I'm shooting this all on my phone because it's what I've got available. So there might be some interruptions here and there. Actually, somebody's at the door. I'm gonna grab that. Hey, if this isn't my normal style of content, and if this isn't what you're into, no worries. You could just wait for the next video and go ahead and watch that one. But in the meanwhile, yeah, feel free to join in. So I just wanted to update you quickly about what's been going on in my life. You may have noticed that I haven't been uploading in the past couple of weeks. And the reason for that is actually the same reason that I'm sitting here with this new backdrop. So I've got a super excellent client project that's come up, and it's an amazing opportunity that I'm so blessed and honored to be able to be a part of. And I'm here with my girlfriend, Emma, and I'm also here with Matt, who many of you know. And he's here in the capacity to help me out with editing and with cinematography for this gig. And man, it has been night and day difference. Having him here, God bless him. I don't know if I could have done this without him, actually. So I want to just talk to you real quick because there's been an ongoing theme that's been coming up for basically every day that we've been here, and most of the days even leading up to this. And what that is it has to do with personal emotions, especially those powerful negative emotions that we all feel when we get into conversations that are important to us with people that we love, or where we're working toward a common goal. And what happens in these conversations is we find ourselves in a situation where the stakes are elevated, and the words that we're saying and the context in which we're saying them, even the way that we're saying them, can make a huge difference on their impact, and it can make a huge difference on the outcome of what we're trying to accomplish. And with that, we can often find our emotions elevated. Sometimes it might be even difficult to keep ourselves at an even keel. And that's what I want to talk about. So in those situations, it's not necessarily that you want to ignore your emotions. In fact, you really shouldn't ignore your emotions. That's how that's how your emotions get away from you. And that's how you can lose your train of thought. You can lose focus on the common goal that you're shooting for. And so I really want to talk about this because this is what I've been doing that's been helping immensely. And what that is instead of ignoring them, or on the opposite end, instead of dwelling on them and leading all of our conversations, or letting our words be led by those emotions, the thing to do is to first become aware of them. Just become aware. Hey, I'm irritated, or hey, I'm stressed, or hey, I'm fearful that this outcome might not work out the way that I intended. Start there. And once you have that, remember what it is that you're trying to get done. Remember that goal. And if it's a relationship, for example, then remember that what you want from that relationship is for the relating to feel good. You want that mutual support. You want that mutual admiration. I think we could all agree that that's what we want from our relationships. If it's a business relationship, maybe it's with your boss or it's with a coworker, and there's something that you're actually trying to accomplish. There's a project that you're trying to see fulfilled. And these emotions, it's perfectly natural that they come up, but it's in ignoring them and it's in leading with them that we run into issues. So instead of doing that, acknowledge the emotion. And then here's the tricky part. And this is difficult. I'm not gonna mince words. This is actually difficult to do. But at the same time, it's very simple. You only need to focus on one thing, and that's to lead with the strategy. So get clear on the common goal and lead with the strategy. And what that looks like is perhaps acknowledging to the other person that you feel emotional. Perhaps acknowledging to them that you feel fearful that the outcome might not come out the way that you want it to. But don't let that be the end of your statement. Let that be the beginning of it. And where it goes from there is to say, and though I acknowledge that I have this fear, it's not really relevant in the process towards getting done what we want to get done. So, in my case, I'm just going to use myself as an example. I hope that you don't mind. I would say something like this. Let's say it was to Matt. I'd be like, hey, Matt, I'm fearful that our communication isn't up to par, and that's going to cause issues. So what I want to do, and this is the part where I'm leading with strategy, is I want to make sure that everything that needs to be said is said. And if there's anything that's getting in the way of that, I want to address it. And maybe that's that, in my case, maybe Matt didn't feel comfortable coming to me about something. Maybe I contribute to that in some way. Maybe I got volatile in the past. Maybe I got angry in the past. And I trained Matt that I'm not the kind of person who can be trusted with the types of information that might be triggering. So by acknowledging that and letting him know that I want him to communicate, if he has any difficulty, I want him to do that with me, we start to sort of build a bridge between our collective emotions. And you'll always find that when you have an emotion, the other person that's involved in the situation is gonna have an emotion that, if not matches, at least reciprocates what yours is. And by diving into it with a strategic mind, not from a place of emotion, acknowledging the emotion, but not leading from it, leading with the strategy toward the goal, you just might find that you have the tools that you need to get through it. And then that negative emotion that you can feel in your body, it's quite bodily, that'll actually flip on its head and it'll turn into a positive emotion. It'll turn into excitement because you'll find that a new space is opened up where you can create and you can co-create, you can collaborate with the other person in a way that acknowledges that emotion and it acknowledges the humanity in the situation, but also drives toward the common goal. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that if you have any high stakes conversations coming up and you feel yourself, you start to feel those body aches, maybe you feel like that heat in your chest, you feel like a cold sinking in your stomach, you feel hot in your face, that those body sensations remind you to just slow down, become aware of it, and remember what your intended goal is, and then lead from strategy toward that goal. Thanks for listening, everybody. I really miss you, and I will be coming back very soon to make regularly scheduled content with you guys. And I very much look forward to that, really. But in the meanwhile, please be patient. I'll try to update you as much as I can. And as always, thank you so much. And I'll